I value men, and I don't necessarily want to adopt the men's role, but I want to see women's humanity honored and respected, according to Kola Booth. I wasn't the author. All right, is another moment for you and I. And here today we want to ask the role of men in the home. Guess what? I have our father, a man of God, one who has touched lives and families. He is the international head coordinator, Minister Prayer Network Port Harcourt, Reverend Professor Mercy Madoba. Daddy, you are very much welcome to this program.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here today.
Pleasure is mine to have you again.
It's my pleasure.
Yes. We are here to talk about the role of men in the home. When we talk about the role, can we start from there?
Well, it's good that you are giving me restrictions. This is now home. Okay. It means that every man is part of a home.
Okay.
You know, there should not be a homeless man.
All right.
And an absentee man, and a disappeared man, a lost man. You know, because we have all kinds of men today. But I want to start by saying to a man, it's a blessing from God to be a man. It is a gift from God. You are made in the image of God to be a champion, to be a leader, no, to be a shield for your family, or to be a voice for your family. So talking about the role of a man in a family, a man is supposed to provide leadership. You know, from the beginning when the Garden of Eden was made, God turned it into the hands of a man, and then he created a woman later as a friend, a companion. And so man is supposed to provide leadership, exercise dominion, extend creation, develop his environment, transform it. So at home, he continues with that leadership. He provides leadership for his wife, for his children. That time I said he is the coach. He designs the pattern of play, and he raises a winning team at home. And his duty at home varies. One, towards the wife. He's supposed to be the friend of the wife. That's how it started. You didn't marry your wife. You didn't pick her as a slave girl on a slave market. Not did you go to approach the parents that you wanted a housemaid. First of all, you met each other, fell in love with each other as friends. And that friendship is what makes marriage marriage. And so you should be the best friend and confidant of your wife. You should be there. Marriage is for companionship between husband and wife. So don't buy gadgets, buy car, buy TV, and tell her that she has everything. She didn't come to marry your car, your TV, and your building. She came to marry a man. And it is you that means everything to her. Then for your children, to your sons, you are the hero, the model. They want to see their future in you. They want to see in you whom they want to become. And so when you act and behave and speak, remember that they are watching you, and you are shaping the lives and destiny of your boys. For the girl wants to understand man. She's growing to be a woman. Her future love life, her future security, her ability to communicate with her husband, she will learn with you. And so don't shut your daughter down, and don't stay away from her. On her special days, be there for her. Then she will learn the attributes of a man from her father. It is from you she will know who to choose as a future husband. You know, so what you do to your daughter could make or mar her future. And generally for the home, a man is supposed also to provide can be insecure if their husbands are not around. It's very, very important that you provide security for your wife. You protect her from in-laws and outlaws. You know, I told my mother that if you want to get anything from me, you have a daughter-in-law. Speak to her. You will get anything you want. And my mother relates to my wife and doesn't jump her to talk to me. You know, and then I have brothers and siblings, and I tell them, this is my wife, this is me, part two, not a wife for all of you. And if the way you honor me, you must honor her like that. And it is you who has to do that. If you don't do it, it will boomerang on you. In your absence, you have sold away your wife, and she can't deputize for you because you never raised her up as your deputy. You know? So you have to protect her. You have to protect your children. You have to give them confidence. You know, whether at school, by going there and showing up at events, or at church, to let them know it's good to go to church, or kneel to pray, to let them know that it's good to need to pray. As they grow up, when you ask them to close their eyes, they don't. When you close your own, they open their own. What they are looking is to see what dad is doing, because that is what they should do. So dad, you are the first model, the first coach to your family.
If you are just joining us, this is you and I. And what we are looking at today is the role of men in the home. Yes. Our father here, Reverend Professor Moses Maduba, has been our guest. Are you just coming on? Have you been with us? He has mentioned so many things. I wouldn't want you to go far away, just sit there. There are a few things I want to pick out there based on what you said.
Yes.
Concerning the relationship between the father and the girl. Because of what is happening in our society today, I just discovered that some men don't know the difference between their own blood daughter and another person's daughter. Some of our girls are reporting something like, my father deflowered me. My father touches me where. So when a child, like here you said, that the father should give room for at least show the child, the daughter, love. How can it be so that the man will not mess up the girl because of what we are seeing in society today?
Well, it's very disheartening to hear girls say that with frustration. Yeah. No girl likes it. And I want to say to you, father, your daughter doesn't like the idea that you toying with her personality. Yeah. You know, you defile her, you disvirgin her, you rape her, you threaten and intimidate her, so she'll become your sex toy. This is beast. This is demonic, and you need help. I mean, you need urgent help. No, don't act like you are normal. That's not normal, you know, because you need to treat your daughter with respect. From what you do, she needs to know how men should relate to her. So what you're telling her is that she should be a street girl. Every man, you know, she should be open like a taxi cab. Everybody can pay and ride her. That's what dad is teaching the daughter. And you have ruined her destiny, her image, you know, her confidence. And then she will be there for every street boy. And you've damaged her. And you need to take steps now to recover your daughter. Apologize to her. You know, please do that. Help her. You have lived your own life. She has her own life to live. Don't ruin it. I beg you.
All right. We shall be going on break. By the time we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped.
Are you in need of state-of-the-art medical equipment of international standard, as well as installation, repairs, maintenance, and training of operational personnel? Healthcare Equipment Limited is your sure bet. We are importers and distributors of medical, radiological, dental and orthopedic, laboratory equipment, medical consumables, reagents, surgical instruments for both public and private health facilities, maternity homes, schools, and so on. We offer after-sale services from our retail and wholesale outlets. Locate and visit us at number
31 Abba Road.
Are you in Leventis Basta, Port Harcourt? Or call 0817 415 4891 or 0818 251 9468. We have an online platform for your convenience at www.xcelos.com.
Welcome to Healthcare Equipment Limited, helping you save lives.
I'm glad to know that you're still seated. We are still talking about the role of men. How best should a man represent the family, his family in the society?
The unvoted member of the Society House of Reps. And he should be there in the society to make input that will help the family to be safe and safer, and that will transform this family to make it a better place for his wife and for his children. If he lives in a neighborhood where there are no sidewalks, at the time the neighborhood was being planned, he should be able to know that some of the drivers today could be drunk, could be under the influence of drugs. There should be sidewalks so that the family can be safe, if they want to take a walk. And they should be able to meet together to see that there is a park. Today, you hardly see parks where children can go and play, where neighbors can gather and have a recreation. The only parks are the few that the government, put together and you pay money to go to. But when you look at the city of Port Harcourt, the township side, there were 3 parks originally. There was a park there for basketball. There was a park with concrete chairs for just going and relaxing and then talking. And there was another park also. And I don't know what has happened to those parks, if they're still there. But these are the things men, when they are in authority, decide and make provisions for. And but when you don't have mature men taking decisions for the society and the community, those provisions are not made. We are supposed to help transform the society we meet, make it a better place, and that is the role of men. It is a cultural thing from the village background. The men meet at certain days of the week or market days to discuss the well-being of the society and the village or their kindred or their community. So it's a man's role, and every family is supposed to be represented there, to share their observations and make their input for the better management and transformation of where they are.
When we are talking about the role of men in the home and how men can represent the families, with the things you have just listed out here, are they really based on God's design or human design? Did God actually design a way or the role of a man and his family as a husband and a father? Did God actually design it?
Of course, from the beginning. The Bible, it's like the manufacturer's manual. God created man in his own image. God designed marriage. He created man and gave to man. So he made sure that in the book, in the Bible, that he outlined the ways you can get the best out of it. Just like if you buy any electronic, there'll be a manual in it. In case there's troubleshooting, that manual can guide you to have the best performance of your gadget. And it's the same way, if we study the word, God's word, and or attend marriage seminars, or attend meetings that discuss these things, you will have a beautiful marriage. You will get to know how God said this marriage should be handled. And you will be a happy man. You can be in your honeymoon until celebrate the 50th year of your marriage. You don't need to break your heads. You don't need to call for a meeting to settle cases. It's possible. There are some people who have lived for 50 years as husband and wife, 60 years, depending on how long God gave them lives. And they have never one day called anybody to come and settle case.
Exactly.
And their children have never seen them fight or quarrel in the house. It's possible.
But not that they are not misunderstanding themselves.
Of course, you can even misunderstand yourself. You can do something and say, excuse me, what am I doing? I don't know whether it has happened to you, but sometimes my mind is somewhere and I'm doing something else. And I said to myself, why am I doing this? And, sometimes you can even want to say something and you pronounce a different word. And so if you can do that as a person to yourself, it's possible that your spouse can be saying something and you're hearing a different thing. But if you love each other, the Bible said love covers a multitude of these things. Because some of the things we quarrel come when there are rocks in the mattress. I want to advise our wives. Circumstances change. Yeah. And when you go to the altar, the covenant is for life. It's said for better, for worse. Yeah. Even though some people don't want to use that phrase, but it's the reality of life. And if when things are going rosy for your husband, she comes in, buys new car, buys new wrapper, she's your husband. And then he loses his job and is not able to do those things. Now he is that man,
Stupid man.
That stupid man, yeah man, foolish man. Then something is wrong with you, auntie. You need to go back to God and let God transform your spirit, your heart, and make you a woman. A woman is tender. A woman is gentle. A woman is soft. A woman is a lover. It's natural for women to love. A woman is a caregiver. A woman is never a tyrant. It's never part of the makeup of a woman to be a tyrant or a humiliator of her husband.
I think we really have time to come and talk to women. But now that man feeling that bad now, because at the end of it, the man felt that he was actually humiliated. We are trying to bring him back, let the family be together. What are you telling the man as he's watching this program now? Because he was really hurt.
Well, he is the head of the family. He's accountable to God for the family.
Okay.
And no choice but to put the family together. So I want to apologize to her, to him, and ask him to forgive his wife for what she has done, and forgive her in advance for what she may do tomorrow, and position himself in a way that he has an internal shock absorber to be able to hold his household together and be able to raise balanced children without psychological trauma. Because if he allows what's going on to him to be transferred as aggression to his children, he's ruining 2 generations. So he has to, hold himself together, absorb the shock, forgive his wife for the sake of that marriage and his role as the husband and the psychological health and spiritual health of their children. So that when they have opportunity to leave home, they will not run away and be scared because they don't want to come home because of the mess between their mother and their father.
Being with us, you will agree with me that our father here today is actually loaded. The role of men and the home. Have you a role? Are you really occupying the space? If not, and final words, what advice generally do you have for men?
I want to say that man is like God. He was made in the image of God. You can transform your wife and your children. You can make them whatever you want. God gave you that power. When I married my wife, she was on the quiet type. intelligent, very, very intelligent, A student every time. But she wasn't a crowd person. She didn't want to appear before the public. And but then she was coming to marry me, a public figure, a preacher. So what am I going to do? So I began to pray and use love and wisdom to walk, with her, without looking like a headmaster.
Yeah.
Just she followed me in love. Today she speaks to 700,000 women, almost 1 million in one meeting. And one day on Instagram, she spoke to over 1 million people, while we were in the U.S. And she doesn't blink an eye. She speaks at Mama Adeboye's Feast of Esther conference, where you have the wives of all the general overseers in Nigeria. And she will then shake the place and she will come back home. But this was somebody before who couldn't stand before a choir. But then, because she's married to Mosi Maruba, she's a world figure now. And when I married her, she had only her first degrees. But then I knew that our scope of work demanded that we all keep growing. It was in my house with my children. My daughter, when she was in secondary school, became the chapel prefect, my only daughter, and my sons speak from young age, when they have platforms. So why? Because I'm the coach.
Yeah.
I desire to produce a winning team.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying to you, as a man, if your team is not winning, it's the problem of the coach.
Yeah.
And they can't fire you. So you have to upgrade yourself.
You can't be fired, As the coach, they can't fire you. You have to upgrade yourself. On that note, I am Chioma John. The program is actually designed to keep our families together and keep moving. Next week we'll also be here. Then we'll talk about some other thing. Don't forget that this program is a weekly program, and we're looking out for sponsorship. See you next